Physics tells us it lasted just 2 seconds. But 2 years later, Luke Wesley is still constantly recalling
when I fell off the roof.
And on this night celebrating those 2 seconds that didn't quite kill him.
Thank you all for coming to the second annual celebration of invincibility.
It was on the edge of a roof like this one, except twice as high, where Wesley sat down 2 Septembers ago.
To me, it didn't seem like such a ridiculous idea. I knew that the girls who were up there with me had a problem with it. They'd voiced their opinion on me sitting on the wall, but I was just like, I'm fine, because I'm young and invincible.
So they told you to get away, and you said, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then how much later were you gone?
Oh, we weren't up there very long. I get asked how this all happened on a pretty regular basis. You started on your phone, and then you two started to talk to each other.
Oh my gosh!
When a roof tile slipped, Luke fell from the 6th story. This blow-up doll fell only 3 floors and crashed through an adjacent, partially demolished 1-story building, finally landing on his back.
So what do you remember from those 60 feet?
I can remember actually right as I slipped, just swearing to myself, like in my head, not out loud. And as I was falling, I can just kind of remember, like, there's trees back behind the building in the alleyway, and I can remember looking back at the trees almost in like slow motion, like looking back at the trees and looking back up at the building as the roof was getting further away from me, and honestly just thinking, wow, this is really happening. Like, it was really surreal.
I woke up to a couple messages on my cell phone.
Wesley's brother Jacob was the first to hear what Luke's friends saw when they went downstairs.
Because they don't know what they're going to find. I mean, in the back of their mind, they're looking for a body.
Right.
And so they're all looking down here, and all of a sudden it's Luke, guy with blood all over his face, standing there.
He found me walking around. He was just like, "Are you the guy that just fell off the roof?" And I was just like, "Yeah." And I'm fine. I'm all right.
Wesley's only real injuries were a collapsed lung and 1 broken rib. His fall had been broken by the 1,000,000-to-1 good fortune of the partially demolished 1st-floor roof.
Well, if you had to fall off a 6-story roof, like short of a trampoline, it was the most perfect thing to fall onto.
Pretty much. However, the roof joists were this far apart, and I went between the roof joists as opposed to on one of the roof joists.
Right.
And so if they hadn't started demoing the building like a week beforehand and stripped the roof down, and if I hadn't fallen just right in between the roof joists, then I wouldn't be alive.
Today there's a 6-story apartment where Wesley fell.
How you doing?
When we met him there, it was the first time he'd seen it.
This is the new building?
This is the building.
So this was a 1-story building when you were here?
This is clipped like right here, like where this is.
Well, you can see it's brand new. There isn't even anyone in there yet.
It's definitely weird just because this is the first time I've actually walked by this building since I moved out about 3 weeks after the accident.
And is there a feeling that goes with it? Is it a happy feeling or a sad feeling or?
It's kind of neither. I mean, it's not really like...
This wasn't like this huge thing in your life. You had this near-death experience. You fell 60 feet. You should have died. You only didn't die because of this collection of bizarre circumstance. And you take almost nothing away from it.
Yeah, but at the same time, life is kind of a collection of bizarre circumstances to begin with.
Is there anything in your life that ranks with this?
If you say somebody or something wants me alive, you can say that, or you can say there is no God and things just worked out that day.